I forgot I was gonna mute this. Which source are we gonna use for I forgot I was gonna mute this. Which source are we gonna use for mic? Oh lord. Oh lord. It's gonna be so much audio. It's gonna be so much audio. Oh, chat. Docs. Twitch chat. Twitch chat. This lens sounds like a helicopter. This lens sounds like a helicopter.
First message of Jack Joe for today.
First message of Jack Joe for today. First message of Jack Joe for today.
Cake 2, Cake 3, Cake.
Oh, if it reads it out
First
loud.
message of
Oh, if it
Capita.
reads it out loud.
Doesn't that mean
that
you hear digitally and
that you hear
through the
digitally
5
and
mics?
through the 5 mics? Alright. Local RTMP, Pocket 3. Yeah. All the mics.
New subscriber, Kepata.
New subscriber, Kepata.
Thank you. It's like I'm getting paid for my efforts, which feels kind of dirty because I didn't. That's not why we're here. This is for me as well to be able to look back and show Siri why we perhaps should get the little tiny stick or not. Now we're running one microphone, and it's the iPhone microphone. Cool. I think there should be only one sound now. Is that true? And it's the
Jack Joe
this camera.
says. Boo. Capita says. Action 4 is top right corner.
Action 4 is top right corner.
That would be correct, yes. That would be correct. So all of these are wireless. And I guess I could have figured out like a way of holding it. I have scenes for all of them individually too. But I guess we could be like really dumb about it and carry them. I can't. No, I don't have enough hands. The pocket is standing here, feeling left out from
First
the party.
message of MR Dakidi.
So if we were to do
Jack Joe says.
a short rundown of the setup and what we have and what we're looking at, so you guys are aware. Let's start with the pocket. Yeah, top right corner is the Osmo Action Pocket 4. And top left corner. This one will be in charge. All right, you have the battery handle. Top left corner is the Osmo Action 4. Right, so if you put them,
Capita says. There is some kind of
if we're
scattering on
looking
all.
through the iPhone camera, bottom right. On all? Like on the whole stream?
Capita says. Which one
Oh
was
shit!
Pocket 3?
Yeah! Alright! We
Capita
have
says,
dropped
yes,
281
gutters happen same
frames.
time.
Yes, gutters happen same time.
Right. That's not a good thing for testing.
You're creating Wi-Fi again.
Yeah, like, is something going on with the Wi-Fi? But it's not frequent stuttering, right? It's like every now and then, because it's at 281 and it's static at 281. So I dropped some frames, but now it seems okay.
Fine right now.
We're fine right now. It could also be that we're running too much Wi-Fi, because the computer is Wi-Fi, and I'm
MR
streaming
Dakidi says. Yet every now
from
and then.
two different sources into it. 3 different sources.
Shouldn't be.
No. Wait, what do we have? We have 6 megabits from the Pocket, 6 megabit from the Action, 10 megabit from the iPhone, going to the router and going back to my computer. So there is quite a lot of traffic, but it shouldn't be a problem still.
They are line of sight from
Yeah,
the ground.
yeah.
Capita says. So
It
this is
shouldn't be a
RTMP on Pocket
So
3.
this is RTMP on Pocket 3.
Yeah, it's RTMP on every source except for SRT on the iPhone, but small differences. And the Sony A7S Mark I, which is the bottom left camera, is on a HDMI wireless link. So that's actually what we should be running audio from, because it's no delay. The others have like a 2-second delay, which doesn't really matter, but yeah. So if we are showing this monstrosity, I just threw it together in like 2 minutes. It's a Sony A7S Mark I that you can pick up used for like $400 or $500 with a $1,000 wireless HDMI and a battery for the camera. It doesn't have to look this atrociously, but
Kepada says,
it was just
what
like
lens is
very
it?
fast
Kepada
throwing
says,
together.
what lens is it?
This is the 24 to 70 f4, so like the cheapo version from size. It's like $800 new, I think, but there's better options, I think. I mean, if you want to save money, you can get like a Sigma or a Tamron. They do make kind of decent stuff. But I bought this on release. Like this is
Kepada says,
no, this is not my
yeah, I
oldest
figured
one.
not so
The
good
older
low
one
light on
is
that
the
lens.
other
I
one.
figured
Yeah,
not
right.
so good low light on that lens.
Not good low lights. I mean, if you want it brighter, you can get brighter.
Emma de Kibi says, how did you manage to do this magic trick
How did you
XD?
manage to do this magic
Like-
trick XD?
Like you can go full bright if you want. So it's just it's not the low light, it's the camera thinking that this is the proper exposure. I don't even know if I have auto ISO. Yes, I have auto ISO and auto white balance now. So if we are to go through
Kepada
them so you
says,
can see them in full screen instead,
Kepada says,
and sort of let's see if I can film myself similarly. Let's find a tripod for the pocket. Whoa. Or for the action, I mean. There's so much stuff going on. I love this. So like that. And like the field of view is going to be vastly different from all of them. And let's switch the iPhone to the back camera. So we get the nice lens.
Kepada says, gimme those toys.
Kepada says.
Well, that's the wide angle. 1x. And then we do pocket. Let's see if I can orient the gimbal from back. Jack is you're taking a picture of the madness. Right. So that's sort of a similar view. And right off the bat, Kepada is mostly interested in the top left and top right. And in this scene, the picture quality isn't that vastly different. What stabilization mode am I running? Let's turn it off because that's... Oh, it's the strongest. It's the turn the camera upside down mode. Which is so wild to see it when you see it from like a third camera angle. Wee. Wah, 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 wah. You get the point. So if we turn
Emma
it
de Kibi
off
says,
instead,
ahaha.
the image quality is nicer for... There we go. Let's put it down. Okay.
Kepada says,
It's
I
a little
think
crooked,
there is
I'll
huge
do.
difference on top right and top
I
left.
think there is huge difference on top right and top left.
Yeah, let's go through them. And now I think I have to unmute sounds, or did...
Kepada
it
says,
sound
iPhone
stay?
looks pretty
It's not
impressive
sound,
too.
okay.
iPhone looks pretty impressive too.
This is the iPhone 15 Pro, streaming wirelessly. SRT, H.265, 10 megabit. Kind of unfair going that high bitrate, but 10 megabit in your home network is nothing. And we can do some walking around as well, but let's go through them. Go. Hello. Now we have audio. Cool. This is the Sony A7S Mark I, like the old camera. And I feel like if you're looking at it in a small picture,
Kepada
the
says,
quality
is there
looks
something
sort
wrong
of
with the settings on this one? It looks kinda
and not
blurry.
nice. Yes. The lens has fallen from 2 meters height and is not what it's supposed to be.
I can get the.
GM? That's so unfair.
Well, I can get the.
Emma de Kibi says, this needs a bit of white balance maybe. Kepada
Yeah,
says, ha.
Or the GM. Yeah,
Kepada
do it, do
says,
it.
I wanna see it.
So Jack has he has the, well, he has like every lens you want. You don't even want to know. But what he's getting is the 24 to 70 f2.8 GM version 2. Yeah. It's not gonna be fair now because this is a $2,500, $3,000 lens. So it's just not gonna be fair. but let's do it anyway.
Emma de Kibi says, cheap rig ahaha. Kepada says, is Jack Joffa related to Samuel Edelman?
And this is still like, remember the camera is 9 years old or so? 7 to 9 years, I'm not sure. So it's like a really old camera with the lenses. Right. And now it's focusing on Jack. And the outside cover, yeah, it's going on to me. Right. Let's move on to the, because this lens is broken.
Kepada says, yeah, there is a huge difference with the lens.
There's a big dent in it. Let's see if we can. Oh, there we go. There's a huge dent in it, and if you shake it, the like the focusing element is broken off. So if you lean it backwards, it's in focus. If you lean it forward, it's kind of like off a bit. So yeah, okay. Well, this is not super fair, but you can definitely get a lens that is better than this broken one. Let's move on to the Osmo Action 4. Just double checking that we're on the right one. The field of view is standard. So this is what Kepada has today. And it's not a fair test because it's 6 megabit wireless. And
Kepada says, the colors look cold.
yeah, the colors look kind of so and so. We're sitting in very poor lighting. I mean, we could redo the whole test with the studio light on, I realized. It makes it slightly nicer. But it also makes it a worse example, really, because you want to see it in like a home environment where it's like poor quality, right? So sort of, if you turn up the quality and make it nicer, it's maybe the differences become lesser. And I don't know what color profile the Sony is on. Actually, no idea. Anyhow, this is the pocket, right? So why I don't like this image is, yes, it's sharper, it's clearer, it's better low light. It just looks nasty. For streaming, it doesn't look nice. The recording, top notch. The ease of use and like just carrying this little thing around, it's awesome. Well, it's kind of tricky to keep yourself centered, but I bet you kind of get used to it.
I
But
mean, they might have fixed something because there was some firmware update in end of December.
Yeah. Right. Let's put it back. If you're gonna carry these around, no doubt about it that this is like a super nice, easy camera to use for it. But when it comes to mostly using it at home, and I would have to back away to mix the distance from me, I just like this image so much better. And this is a $400 camera versus the Pocket that costs $700. The lens makes it unfair, I know. Let's ignore that. Let's ignore that to make a point. Mark 1, like the old camera. And I feel like if you're looking at it in a small picture, this quality looks sort of dirty.
Kepada says, hum.
Yeah. Don't know what happened there. Moblin is in beta. Now, probably something with my ingests. It didn't like me switching the ingests. It probably had something in the queue. And then when the iPhone tried to restart the session, because SRT, the sender and receiver has to be on. This is the iPhone, yeah. So when the sender and the receiver is on at the same time, they can talk. But when I switch to the Sony scene or the Action 4 scene, the receiver turns off. But the sender probably tried to send something and it didn't connect, whatever.
This would probably be more fair comparison for the Sony.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Says,
let's do this, because this is price-wise more like what you would like to, Kepada. This is a Samyang 18mm f2.8. So what is this? 500? 7?
Less than 2, I think.
Less than $200. Much more fair comparison.
It's very, very cheap.
Very cheap. Let me switch to it. Because if you run this test and we make you excited, but it's unfair because the lens is $3,000, which is 3 times the budget you wish to spend, you know, that's
250 euros.
250 euros, yeah. Take this away before I steal it, okay? It's so nice. And this is the iPhone. Can we do a Pocket 3 webcam mode too? Yes, we can. We have the technology. I can't do it at the same time because we only have 1 unit. And ooh, let's do a walking test first. So like filming around a little bit, maybe set it down in a different view where there's some lights in the background. Because otherwise I need to connect the
Capital
RTMP
says,
again.
maybe 10's record.
Maybe 10's record.
10-second
Capital
record.
says, and then put them side side.
And then put them side side.
I mean, I guess you could make a clip, right? I can
Capital
take
says,
it in
Og's
RTMP
record.
mode.
Says, Og's record.
I can click record, that's true. And then I can just send the recording, that's easier. But yeah, we can do that. Like the same sort of filming here, filming there, and then you can compare them. But I can't move it around because I don't have wireless USB, do I? But moving it around might not matter for what you want to know. This is true. Right. We'll figure this test out. But yeah, this is the iPhone, and we can go front camera, so selfie cam.
Capital says, yeah, just face tracking on is enough.
Yeah, just face tracking on is enough.
Oh, face tracking, yeah, cool. We'll do it. And then it's the back camera. I think we can go 0.5x. So this is more like GoPro style. If you want to film yourself, you can. And this is indoor, so zoom
Capital
will be
says,
like sad.
iPhone does look really nice.
this
Is
is
it hard to
the-
sync the audio?
Really nice. Is it hard to sync the audio?
3x. Hard to sync the audio. From the iPhone. Is it out of sync? 10x zoom. Inside a dark room. Hard to sync the audio? No. I mean, I thought it was. Sorry. Tackling Jack.
Capital says, if you use Studio Mic plus iPhone RTMP.
No, it should be in sync. But it might be because I'm saying, like, you might be hearing the audio from some completely different source.
Yeah, I mean, if you're using a separate mic directly to OBS, you have to set the delays.
But you can plug any mic into the iPhone. Like I plugged the other day. Where did I put it? Here.
6.
Yesterday I plugged this thing into the iPhone with a USB cable and a USB hub. This is a 6-channel recorder thingy. So when I wanted to, I mean, I could plug in multiple
says, you
mics
can
and whatever
plug a
straight
ghost-powered
into
mic.
it, and
You can plug
yeah.
those powered mic.
This is phantom powered.
Capital says,
So I mean, you
like
would have to be a bit
Aston
clever about it.
Like Aston Origin.
Yeah, you can. This, if you have something like this, but it's much cheaper devices, you can have sort of any interface. If it's a powered interface, it works even better. But or you have if you have a powered USB-C hub. But like what I do is I take this USB-C hub with USB-A's in it, and I plug it in so it's a powered USB-C hub,
Capital
and I
says,
plug it into the
so you
phone, and I
plug it
can
to the phone instead of
hook
straight
whatever
dots.
up into it.
Phone instead of straight dots.
Yeah, you plug it straight into the phone. There will probably be audio mixers and stuff, so you can do multi-channel in the iPhone. But not yet. I'm not going to promise it either. This is kind of cool. I thought it was cool, but Siri didn't find it fancy. So this is an Xbox controller, and I can turn on the flashlight. Did I mute it? Is the mute button on?
Capital
No,
says,
wait, it's moving.
been thinking about
Yeah.
Rodecaster.
So
Thinking about Rodecaster.
turn on and off the light, or zoom. Woo! Nostril! No nostril! And you'll be able to change between zoom cameras, back and front cameras, black screen, turn the stream on and off, all from a Bluetooth controller, which is very useful to very few people. Very few people. But that's cool. Like I'm trying to sell iPhone. How cool it is. That's what I'm. That is what we are using, and I'm trying to tell you why. I'm gonna be honest. Okay. Since you're not so interested in that. But since you're not so interested in that, we can switch over to the A7S with a $200 lens. 250.
Kepada says, yeah, I get it, but I guess S23 Ultra can do most of the same things.
This is true, Kepada. And you have an S23 Ultra, so it doesn't make a lot of sense for you to upgrade. So this is the Sony A7S Mark I does not have inbuilt stabilization, and this lens does not have stabilization. So this is like rigid, no stab. You wouldn't run around with it. But the quality is nice. And this setup would be $600 plus whatever wireless solution you have. And I think they're available for as low as $300. This is $1,000, but you don't have to have that. So that would be 400 plus 300, 950. You could get a setup like this. Maybe batteries. No, you can USB power everything. Yeah, you can get this for this quality for under $1,000. And why is it cool? Well, imagine you're taking a board game, right? Ticket to Ride, our latest favorite, sort of the only board game we play.
Kepada says, I could get ZVE10
And you
plus
wanna play in
1.4
the
Sigma
dark.
lens plus extra Sigma lens for...
How do I represent how dark it is here? By getting a different camera, right? Right. And then you set it up here. And now this scene looks very dark, doesn't it? Excuse the mess. But like if you just want it to be bright because your people are here and doesn't matter if you overexpose over there, right? You can. And if you want to be, more white balance. And if you want to go like Kelvin, so you think it looks the way you want it to look, you can. So you go like that. If you want it a bit more white, you can of course shoot a gray card and make a custom profile, but whatever. And then you're sitting here and you're playing. Maybe I'm not selling it particularly.
Kepada says, one thing I'd also want to see about Pocket 3 is the zoom light on board game cards or stuff like...
Normally we turn on our studio light in the ceiling and then it looks better, right? Except for now it's the wrong color temperature, more like 3200. Like that. Okay, cool. Now let's get into the future. Osmo Action 4. Hello. Wait, is that sound on? Oh, it's on the other one. That's fine. You guys will hear me echoing. At least it's not double mic. And then we set it up. Probably want it a little bit closer because it's so much wide angle. Maybe something like that. And then I'm sitting here and I'm playing my board game. I hope you guys are not bored of this camera testing yet. Haha. Oh wait, Jack, could you click the A7S scene? I mean, I guess you could switch between them even. And with the Osmo Action 4 and the Pocket 3, you kind of set. The way they look, you can't change it. The Sony A7S, you can make so much better with fiddling with the settings, and there's sharpness you can add. And
Kepada says, what's the second cam right now?
You pick, and all of that. Let's get another camera. Is it on? B3? Right. So this is a Pocket 3. Oh, it's in FOV mode, right? How did we change that? Well, yeah, I think I played with it last and I did that. No, yeah, it's follow. Let's go... it's in follow, not FOV, but there we go, tilt lock. So when you run it in tilt lock, it's much easier to film yourself without making people dizzy, because it doesn't care about your up and down. It only moves with your left to right. And if you ever wish to go up and down, you use the joystick. You cannot grab the camera, move it, and leave it in place. That's something you can do with something like the DJI RS3 and 2. And there are other cameras. And you can flick a setting in the settings menu to make it so when you grab the camera, point it somewhere and let go, it will stay. Fantastic feature, but this does not have it. Kind of bummed about that. And this also needs something to stand on. Since this has such small footprint, you can use like anything to put it on, which is kind of convenient. So now I want to make it taller, right? And I just put it on this
Kepida
glass
says,
jar.
there is a huge difference between stream quality and RTMP quality on Pocket 3.
Let's turn down the exposure on the Sony in case we go back to it. There we go. We're still on the Pocket, right? Yeah. So this would be how I look over here with the Pocket. And I kind of like it. This scene is super messy.
Kepida says, I mean record quality and RTMP quality.
Lighting. It's really terrible lighting. Not as bad as it can be, but it's bad lighting in here. It's mixed. And it's really cheap RGB lights over there. That's an expensive RGB light, but and those are like normal household lights filling me from the side. It's terrible lighting. Can we compare this to the Action 4? It might be a little bit of a blackout, right? And then it comes up.
Jack Joffa says, A4.
Good stuff. Can we do the Sony?
Kepida says, yeah, huge difference in my opinion.
And this is the Sony A7S Mark I. Let's get the iPhone. Inbuilt stabilization, and this lens does not have stabilization. So this is like rigid, no stab. You wouldn't run around with it. No, it's effing. Wait. It doesn't like when you switch to the scene. I have to restart it. It doesn't work like that on Series PC. But oh wait, it's called. Oh wait, no, it ended. It must have buffered it. So until the buffer is out, it will not accept the new feed going in.
There's nothing on that.
Are we on the iPhone scene?
Yeah.
Right.
That works.
Oh, now it works. Yeah. Ignore that because that never happens when Siri uses it. And I set this up for the first time, and I might have cocked some setting up like close when inactive. I haven't clicked that or something, you know. So this is how we run it most of the time. Because we have chosen between all of these cameras, and the iPhone was the winner for us. So if I seem biased, I am. It's because I am. Sorry, yeah. It's because I am. I'm just trying to put all cameras on the table at the same time. There we go. So this would be the 1X, which is the sexiest, of course, but 0.5 is what we use when we're 4 people. And it's more fair against the action cameras and stuff. But just real quick, let me set down with the 1X. When you're fortunate enough to be able to use it, it looks great. It creates a little bit of separation, although the sensor is like super small. With the 1X, you still get a little bit blurry background. And it's sharper, much better.
So if I were to try S23 Ultra as my home studio cam, how would I go about connecting?
Right. Any camera Kepida want to see? Any test you want? Setting RTMP up is completely the same on the
Kepida
Action 4
says,
and Pocket
Pocket
3.
3
It
zoom.
just works. When it I hear the vibration, so you changed to the Pocket 3, huh? Hello. Of course. I love how the zoom works. Can we change to Sony? So, yep, working on it. Right. So the way the zoom works on it is so much better than the Pocket. The Pocket, you have this thing in the corner where you double click and it opens. That was not my intent. But this one, you just grab your finger and you pull forward to zoom, and it's ramping. So yeah, so you can lift it up and it goes slowly, or you can pull it all the way down. It's fast, in and out, in, and you can do 4x, which actually is meaningful. Yeah, so you can see it in action. And I'm gonna try being cinematic, filming the game. And we
Kepida says, what about some Borjane objects on Zoom?
going around it, and then we zoom a little bit. Whoa! Can you tell I'm not operate this a lot? I'm not. But yeah, this is 4x zoom, which I think looks sharp and nice. I mean, the camera's 4K sensor, maybe more. So 4x is not a lot of zoom. And then we go out. And then we go in. And again, I have used this for 10, 20 minutes. So I'm not versed in the operations. But I think you can do pretty cinematic zooms and fast in. Let's see. Oh. Okay, we might have found a bug. Hold on. I'm zooming. No, it works. Okay, cool. I thought the pan stopped working when I was zooming, that I reached the end point of the gimbal. Is that a jack? Dun, 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 dun. Is it a fun camera to film with? Yeah. Is it as fun as the others? No. I'm slightly. It feels fragile. It feels like misuse it and it will break. And somehow the iPhone doesn't feel like that, nor the Action. Okay, the Sony feels like that. Especially in this contraption.
Kepida says, can we try the webcam mode? I want to see difference to RTMP.
Things on it, that's a giant mess. Yes, switch to RTMP. Yeah. Webcam RTMP. Right. So if I get the chair then, we shall click the record button. Yes. My son has been building train tracks and stuff. So yeah. Alright. Let's do. Whilst we're on here, let's do the face tracking recording with RTMP, and then we'll compare it to how it looks with webcam. It's gonna be pretty fast swap over.
Kepida says, no audio.
Here we go. Now they're Pocket 3 audio. Right. I explained that we're gonna do a short test. You wanted to see
Kepida
with
says,
face tracking?
yeah.
This is the built-in mic, and it's RTMP, and then we'll switch over to webcam mode. So, do you click and hold?
Double click.
Oh, I feel like I barely touched it, but it did it. Let's see if I can spin. And it happens to lag. Why does it do that? We can kill the... If it is kill the computer being over.
First message of Bevage today, sick lad.
Message of Bevage today. Sick lad.
And cancel. So I don't think it's. I mean, it could have been the Pocket. Like I switched to tracking mode, and all of a sudden it started lagging. Could that be the Pocket? It was flawless up until that point, and it definitely shouldn't be the Wi-Fi.
Could be because now I think
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yep, tracking ruins RTMP. Do you have a memory card in it?
yeah.
Can you click record while streaming?
Yeah.
Because I've heard some reports that when you're recording, it works better, but no, it doesn't.
Kepida says, very weird.
RTMP and tracking, I didn't like it at all.
Kepida says, very weird.
Should we switch audio source to... I don't have any other mic here. That's off. Will it go back to being...
Kepida says, could be an occasional bug.
Yeah. But would I trust the device because of this? I mean, it's like...
I mean, it's still lagging.
Yeah. So it could be that it became too hot. But if I check the temperature, I still think it's like below 20 ambient.
Yeah.
Ambient.
And I mean, the device itself doesn't feel warm.
No. It's the EU version, which had like a 45-degree outer temperature max, whilst the American has like 60. So it cannot physically become warm because of EU regulations. But yeah, it's 18 Celsius ambient temperature. So if it can't handle that, it can't handle anything. Has it fixed itself? It looks smooth. So it looks like it didn't like. Should we try the tracking again? Maybe it doesn't feel 45.
It doesn't feel like warm at all.
No. No, 25, 30. Everything is stable. I'm not breaking my son's Lego builds. Turn double. Turn tracking on. I mean, my preview looks great. Now it's like, yep. And this is probably on the latest firmware.
Yeah.
Oh, I see the Wi-Fi symbol go down. That might have been. Wait, let's see. Did that happen again? Because it dropped the bar of Wi-Fi. Interesting. So we have been live for 51 minutes.
But I mean, we were live for 2 hours.
Yeah, the other time. Yeah, but then I don't think we ever used tracking.
No.
We could try tracking in the RTMP mode again.
Or in the USB camera mode.
Let's just double check so I don't have... Yeah, sorry. I don't know what I said even. So much going on. We have normal settings for the recording. So I'm not recording ProRes or something down.
Kepida says, this is UVC.
Kepida says,
This
is UVC.
is an RTMP recording test. And these are my flailing arms. Let's do a UVC test.
Bebej says,
Right.
works well when you don't move around a lot.
Works well when you don't move around a lot.
Yeah.
Kepida says, nice flailing.
Kepida says, nice flailing.
But I don't think like this kind of moving around is a problem.
No, it's only when they're not active tracking.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever do that, Kepada, because it kind of makes your viewers dizzy. But doing that with the action, you can do it blindly. With the gimbal, you never know where you're aiming. So you always have to look. And now I have it doesn't care about up and down. So also, like if I go up, I have to joystick. Oh, and then it stopped moving.
Yeah, because you have tilt. It's in tilt mode.
Oh wait, does it change mode as soon as I move?
No, but you have it in tilt lock mode, so it won't go up and down automatically. If you have it in follow mode, it will follow you up and down as well.
Yeah, right.
And then you can push the button if you want to do something tilt for momentarily.
Right. Ooh. It's a compared to holding the little camera and moving it around, that feels like second nature. Like I know what I'm filming based on where my hand is. Yes, the quality is nice, but that is a drawback. Okay, cable. Let's plug it in and see how fast I can have it going. What source shall we change? Let's do the C1. I wonder what happens if I plug it in whilst it's streaming.
It starts charging. You need to turn it off and on again.
Ah, so like end the live stream or turn the whole camera
Turn
off?
the whole camera off, probably. At least end stream. I've never tried, but
Exit. Hello. And now we're doing webcam 30 FPS. How much better does this look? Immensely, because it doesn't have that compression dirtiness. And I feel like the color science is different now. Like it looks more D-Log. Is it D-Log? Can you change stuff like that?
Could be. I don't know if you can change it while.
Probably not whilst using it. But this looks D-Log to me. Like the color profile looks different. Let's do the
But
import.
you can. Oh yes, you can. You can.
Ah. It's auto white balance. You can do pro or not pro.
You need to be
I
in pro
think
mode.
it removes a lot of the settings.
Yeah, you need to be into pro mode.
Ah.
Then
Yeah.
do.
I think they
Kepler
removed
says, this looks very different.
I think they removed the sharpness reduction.
Bebej says, had more contrast before.
But this is probably better for other reasons, maybe not. We can just pull the cable. One moment, please. I can have some filter on here. Pew, filters. No filters. What? Rec 709. Ah. There we go. I was using full color range rather than limited. That looks more like it. Cool.
Now if you turn the tracking on.
Oh, let's try that. Double tap. Tracking.
Bebej says, now it's good.
Oh, oh no, it's following Yak now. Can you move? Oh, it changed. It thought we looked
Kepler
like.
says, still lagging.
Is it still lagging?
It's just 30 FPS thing.
Yeah, and I'm streaming at 30. So everything is
Kepler
30.
says, it's loyal. First message of Morva, new host appears.
Yeah, it's like Jack takes over. Oh, is the tracking lagging or like?
The stream is like looks like lagging,
I have no dropped frames.
but it lags even in the preview.
Ah, in this one.
No,
Or-
in the OBS.
yeah.
If you look at
Oh
the-
yeah, that's what I meant. Like it looks like it's two faces. Like it's like it's missing a frame and it's doubling and then it's catching up. Right?
It could be some sort of NTSC PAL thing.
30 FPS NTSC and this computer is running. Maybe. But I also think you get fooled a little bit from when I do this.
Kepler
I go
says,
up and down
stuttering
at
all
the
the
same time.
time.
Like this. It's probably better if I squat so I can go sideways. No, it's still. Yeah, that when I move fast, you see my face is like tuk 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 tuk. Whew, whew. Just to compare, let's go 15 Pro. One moment, please.
And you go off and on again.
Oh,
another scene. not the-
it fixed itself. It fixed itself.
Well, I mean, there's still like lagging.
Stuttering.
Interlacing effects in your face if you move fast.
Face if you move fast enough,
Because it's 30 frames. Because it's 30 frames.
30 FPS
Yeah.
will do that.
Yeah. But it's a good comparison.
But it's a good comparison, like, so you
what
can
is the
see, like,
technology?
what is the technology? Because I'm moving
First
unreasonably
message
fast.
of Morris Ox. Have you tried RTMP via Moblin with the Pocket Free?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It needs more work.
It needs more work.
Well, I haven't tried it with the Pocket 3.
Well, I haven't tried it with the Pocket 3.
Action
I've tried it
4,
with
but
the
they
Action
have
4, but they have
very similar RTMP things.
RTMP things.
And we're doing double mic.
And we're doing double mic. Sorry. It's very similar. This is now Moblin from the iPhone, and Morrison. I think you have done a lot of
Kepida says, can you
you call
explain
it?
why ZVE 10 is not a good
Translation
option
work.
with my budget? You think
In
S23
German,
on-
right?
You think S23 on
You've done the German translation for Moblin, if I recall correctly. Can I explain why the CVE 10 is not a good option in your budget? All right. Because it looks kind of like... Okay, if I'm to compare... I would say it's like this camera. If you remember how it looked when you're in RTMP, all of my hair, my beard, looked over-sharpened and kind of nasty. And now that we're in UVC mode, it looks clean. It doesn't look over-sharpened in the same way. Like, it still looks kind of over-sharpened. It's not that cinematic, smooth. It sort of looks like it's out of focus, but it isn't. It's just details without looking sharp. There's a difference between detail and sharpness. And I dislike strongly the CVE10 and the CVE10F or whatever they're called. They just look like webcams in how they're over sharpened, and the details are sort of compressed, like when you're using RTMP on the Osmo Pocket 3. So this is webcam mode, but we have a pretty long cable, so we can do a little bit of moving around. Now, am I being a camera snob? Yes. Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah. Can you get a CV10 and like it? 100%. I really do think so. But is it worth spending any money at all?
Kepida says, I like the blur.
Because you have the...
I like the blur.
Because you have the phone. And like the S23 it's a good camera. It's on par with the iPhone. It's a good camera. It's on par with the iPhone, right?
UVC from this.
Yeah.
You see,
Right.
it's a UVC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Don't worry, chat. We have cameras.
So this is gonna be the Sony A7
4.
So the does it all
says, I like
photography,
cameras.
video.
Kepida says, I like cameras.
So the A7S lineup
says,
is more video
so that's like
focused. It's
3K
only
Euro
1080,
camera.
like it's only 4K sensor.
So that's
This
not
is like
bad.
a 8K sensor.
Yes. Yeah. Your cable doesn't.
Ah, it's not fast enough of a cable.
Yeah. You cannot do 1080/30 with this
Right.
cable.
USB-C then.
This is. I mean,
That's a
this is
C2A. It's a
Yeah.
it's a fake cable, but we have cable. One moment.
Yeah.
I think we have a. Oh right, let's get this.
Yeah. This do you have audio? Yeah. So it's like 3,000 ish euro body, 3,000 lens camera. This is like
You right?
7,000. What I'm holding currently, combined, ish.
And then we go.
I'm streaming.
We can do it in this scene, I guess.
First message of Wade69 today. Hi fat ass.
Oh wait, it was banned before I could see it. Aw, whatever. This is the Sony A7 IV. Hello. And the mic is coming from it too. So fast move.
Kepida says, this cam is nice.
Wait. No.
Kepida says, give it to me. Morisong says, testing is always good, and even better on stream. First message of Wade69. Hi monkey.
I mean, I'm kind of hairy, I guess.
So if it's lagging now, then it's UVC
Yeah.
that is lagging.
Also, like, we're sort of used to seeing 60
Wade69
FPS.
says, Fados.
Hello. You really tried to get banned, huh, Wade? Why don't you try to be nice? Internet is full of lovely people. And right now, you're not one of them. I mean, it's not parfocal, but it's so fast autofocus that it feels parfocal. Like it's just,
Kepada says, everything okay with you? Wade69 says, okay sorry daddy, shy.
yeah, that's better. This is so clean and quality is fantastic, but it's like an unrealistic comparison. Now I kind of don't want to go back to the Pocket because it's such a difference.
Kepada says, yeah that camera is so nice.
Yeah, it just looks clean. It looks like a TV show when you're filming with this. Like that's what I feel when we're using the Sony A7S III. I intentionally did not show the Sony A7S III for you because it will create gear acquisition syndrome, and your bank doesn't handle it. You need to like, we need to test what's in your budget, and maybe this camera because it's cool. The Sony A7S III doesn't do UVC. It's only something that.
Morisong says, but you don't want to walk around all day with a camera like that. Wade69 says, Daddy,
No.
I'm on my knees praying and being sorry what I said to you 5 minutes ago.
That's cool. I feel like let's put you on a timeout. Not because you're necessarily like I forgive you and all, but we're doing tech talk and you're doing talk. So let's go back to
Kepada
tech
says,
talk.
God damn I need to get rich.
Yeah. When we used the Sony A7S III, everyone loves the picture quality and says it's so nice, but it's painful to run around with. Like we even have a tilt-a-float, like support system I hook up on my body, and a gimbal like you run, and it doesn't feel like you're holding the weight, but you're carrying around like 5 to 7 kilos, and it sucks. And ever since the 15 Pro came out and Moblin was released, we have not used anything but this camera. We don't even switch over to the Sony in the studio. This is literally all we do. Sometimes we put like a Rode wireless mic on top of here, but we don't use our other cameras. Ooh, don't turn off. Stay on. We don't use other cameras because this is just so fun and easy, and Siri can do it by herself, or I can be a cameraman, and it's so fun with like the zooming and the changing cameras. And wireless third camera, fantastic feature, love that. It's not perfect yet, but when it works perfectly, it's going to be a godsend. You can strap a GoPro to your foot.
Morisong says,
And
I've
like
seen the clip of your overkill setup.
Whenever you're like filming yourself and you're bored, you just switch to your foot cam. So people are whoa, 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 fly around on your foot. Like it's just so much fun. If you're doing a road trip, you can take a GoPro like magnet mount or suction cup it to the front of your car, so you can film yourself like they do in the movies from the outside with a polarizing filter. Like how you can do that with this? Only an iPhone. You can do like 4 cameras if you want to, and RTMP switching is instant, right? So if you're feeding like 4 different RTMP feeds into this, you will switch between them like it's a proper HDMI switcher. From a phone. It's just so nice. So, except for like the studio, or if you're doing low light, say at an event like DreamHack or TwitchCon, then maybe we will take the big rig together with the Tilt-A-Float because the quality is really nice. And then it's like, oh, we're gonna be in this venue for 8 hours, so it's worth the work. But in and out of cars.
And you're not gonna get this kind of bokeh with your iPhone.
No, and the bokeh won't look like this.
Vincent met his back.
Yeah, no,
57
but
months.
For storytelling, it's so good. Like you're isolating the subject, you can listen to the person that's talking. It's just better. So, I love iPhones. I just do. But back to the Pocket, we didn't do a RTMP UVC. I heard Siri coming down, so we might be watching a movie before bed. And let's plug this in and record the same thing we did with UVC. Mike will, yes. Hi, we're back. Switching back to this, I'm like, it looks good in UVC. It doesn't look great in. It doesn't look very great in RTMP, does it? It's better than the Pocket. I get it. It is. But is it better than your Samsung S23 Ultra? Let's put it down and record before we do anything else so we don't forget. And up, up. Is this sort of how I sat? Okay. This is a test recording of UVC, aka webcam mode of the Pocket 3. Choo choo. Very informative. Any questions? If it's a question about how to get rich so you can buy all the tech, don't ask.
Kepler says, UVC looks great below.
It does. It does. So, well, how do you make UVC work and still make it portable? You take, hold on. This cable
Kepler
is pretty
says,
long, so
can you
come
turn
with
off
me.
some light? Kepler says,
Can we
light.
turn? Yeah. So first we can turn off the studio, the soft light. So we go cozy mode. That is cozy. And then oh right, we were gonna test the flickering too. Luckily this cable is probably long enough to do that. Siri.
Do you want to put that?
Yeah, you can do the remote. So if you you can set it to the annoying mode. But I thought on the amplifier, it's the remote, and there's a circle light. It looks like RGB, but in a circle at the middle of the controller, sort of. This mode makes the Sony cameras freak out because it switches between the colors so slowly. And there you see the blinking, right? Yeah. So it's not... I mean, the Sony can't do it. No camera can probably do it. But if I set it to party mode, the one that looks like bubbles, it's next to it, I think. Then they change a little faster, and flickering normally isn't a problem. But even if you have Philips Hue, I predict that you'll need to be sort of cautious on how you make them change colors when you get a donation alert and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they use PWM.
Yeah.
So if the PWM frequency is...
Yeah.
I think Hue has so much higher PWM frequency.
Probably.
It's not as big of a problem.
Yeah.
Would imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't test it when I get back to Finland.
Right, you can. Yeah.
Vincent Mudd says,
So
just put them
Kipata,
in
if
stroboscope
you're
mode.
more nerdy about and want like specific
Kepler
questions,
says,
you can
some
probably
stuttering
hit
going on
Jack
still.
up because this is his Pocket 3, right? So he could show you with the Philips Hue lights and stuff. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah. Some stuttering still. Yeah. When I'm stationary, you probably don't notice it, but with the moving around, it's not. Is it always? Is it?
I don't know if there's some settings or something. I don't know.
This everyone reports on this problem, like,
Yeah.
and some says like, oh, you don't even notice it, and I'm like, oh, I can't tolerate it.
Kepler says, it's not always.
Yeah, but if it's too often, it gets really annoying.
Kepler
Now
says,
it's fine.
pretty weird.
Whee! And the delay with UVC into the computer is very low, so quite nice and easy to use as a with the preview.
I have used
Kepler
it as a
says,
webcam
can you
for
record while
the
UVC?
meetings.
Yeah, for sure.
And it worked, for that it works fine.
Yeah.
Kepler says, if it makes a difference.
I mean, you can turn the recording on. Just
Kepler
hit the red
says,
button.
is it overheating?
So now we're in recording mode. If you don't mind filling up memory card and you have a heat issue, you can do a little TXT file and write like temp limit off and save it to the memory card. And when you then record with that file in your memory card, it will ignore the temp limits for you.
One thing you could try is make sure that the...
That doesn't it look smoother?
Yeah. But one thing you could do, Johannes,
Yep.
is if you unplug the UVC
Mhm.
and set the
Kepler says,
recording
yeah.
rate to 1080.
Kepler says, looks smoother.
Because now I think it's 4K 24.
Ah, so be right back. Oh.
Like conversion going on.
Yeah.
Because now I'm active tracking you.
That still looks better, you know?
Yeah.
But it's kind of good, no? Active tracking combination with the camera operator looks so much better than just putting it. I sort of told this to Capada, because if I'm moving here, you know that, you can also move this way, creating a much more dynamic scene. So you can be like a cameraman that is like ultra good at moving. Because you also get like the prediction of the cameraman, but he doesn't have to aim. He can just point it in my general direction and the camera does the fine work. Which probably makes it fun, because you don't have to sort of care about every move. Gimbal work is pretty hard, so I imagine this helps. Are we recording now, or was this without? This was without.
Without.
Can we try with? So this is tracking, recording, UVC. Oh my god, now I have to climb again. Ooh. Hey. Now we go around. It kind of feels weird that the camera just follows me. But it's cool. Now we go down. And then we go down. The dedication. I mean, Capada did give me a sub, so I gotta give it my all.
Capada says, there still is stuttering.
Isn't that
Capada
how it
says,
works?
lol.
We are just monkeys on the internet. Like the dude that called me fat. Monkey called me. We kind of are. And I don't feel like insulted by that at all. Whew. Okay, time for a movie. Any last questions from Capada or anyone else? Hello. How's the close focusing distance? Well, that's very good. That's very good. It's that slightly unpleasant stuttering. Do we get that with the iPhone 2?
Capada says, damn, there are some problems with the stuttering.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have the fanciest computer in the world. But I don't think it's the hardest. But I don't think it's the hardest.
I don't know why they say it's not a problem.
Because they're wrong. People on the internet are wrong. But let's film a little bit with this one, so it's not like a 30 FPS kind of thing, and you're so used to seeing 60 FPS. All right, Jack, can you sort of film the same thing, but with the iPhone? So we do. We try to do like a somewhat fair comparison to see like if the stuttering is a problem. Right. Okay. And I go here, and from there I climb up. And now you don't have that rotation in the sensor. So it's like much bigger movements, because all the time it's the whole camera that moves rather than the little head. So the image looks quite different, and it's much harder to keep following someone. But oh yeah, and it turns if you go upside down. So you can go hero shot. Yeah. We need you to sign up to the army and fight for country and glory.
Capada says, that's dedication.
So it's a little bit harder to follow, but it kind of feels more like a video
Capada
camera.
says, where do I sign?
It's kind of cool.
Capada says, you mean Finland needs to fight for Sweden?
Yeah, like in the hockey where you lost in the Junior World Championship.
Because of a Swedish referee.
Really?
Yes.
All the Finnish newspaper are outraged by this or that. Yeah. Cool. Chat, it's been a pleasure hanging out and being nerdy. Cameras, I can take this, yes. Camera talk is always fun. I have some cleanup to do, but I'll do that when the movie's over. We've been rewatching Hunger Games. Because we started with a prequel that is fairly new. That is called something that I don't know. And I saw, I think, Hunger Games on release, but I never really liked it. Yeah. You think the Pocket 3 looks better than iPhone on this text, except the stuttering? Yeah. This is 0.5 lens. This is one lens. So the one lens is 24mm, which is the same as the Pocket. The wide angle on iPhone is 16, 14?
I've been lurking here with Capada.
You have, Faji? Oh, nice. Glad to meet you. My stream is a lot of tech nerdery,
First message
and
of
I
Poopable
build
today.
streaming
Hi,
setups
Jonathan.
and
Of Poopable today. Hi, Jonathan.
live my life. It's like a lot of IRL content. Cool. So this is more fair in the comparison to the Pocket. Yeah. Oh, the abomination.
Kepler says, Faju
Like
is a
some
poker
loose
wizard.
power
Faju
wires.
says, yeah,
Because I
just
normally
the way
power
you
it
like.
from the battery, but I didn't now. I use this like tiny NPF
Kepler
batteries
says, give me that abomination.
because I couldn't be cared to hook it up and yeah, whatever. Yeah. Cool. Next up is a 40-minute demo of the world's best iPhone selfie stick. It's so good. Anyway,